Having a kundli in your pocket, in your phone, in your tablet will come handy, because whenever there is a transit and you are watching such videos, you can directly go to your horoscope and check how it is related to your own horoscope. How is the Dasha Mahadasha right now running in your life? And for that, you can book a Kundli PDF report, which is an elaborate report, a system generated 300 plus pages report, which caters to your need of all the astrology data. It feeds you with not only your basic charts, but also detailed Shodash work chart, divisional charts, all the types of Dasha, Mahadasha, Antardashas, and also an overview of 10 years of your life with current year predictions. This gives you a great guidance and a bird's eye view of your life in the future, how the future holds for you, and you can decide for yourself whether you want to take that step that you are thinking of. So book your Kundli PDF today and keep the destiny in your own hands. You will get a bonus numerology section if you book our detailed Kundli PDF. For more types of PDF reports catering to different yogas, catering to all the 20-year analysis, 10-year analysis, check out the website. Aries Ascendant. In case of Aries as an ascendant, Mercury rules your 3rd and 6th house, and this Mercury goes in your 5th house. When 3rd Lord goes in the 5th house, it is Bhavad Bhavam, so it shows gain from your own efforts. With Mercury being the Lord of communication, it shows that you will want to do things more silently. You know why? Because Sun and Ketu is placed in the 5th house. You don't want to make a noise about what you do, and you really want to get rid of unnecessary loans, unnecessary debts during this time. It will push you to streamline things in life, and this is also going to push you to cut down on the expenses and cut down on food items. So if you want to lose weight, if you want to stay healthy, this is the time. Mercury being in the 5th house also shows that for students, this is going to be a very good time. Obviously, there is distraction, but Budh being in the Simh Rashi is a kind of a Mercury in fire zodiac sign. Your nerves are a little overwhelmed, so that means that you have too much on your plate. What you have to do as a student is go with a strategy, with a plan, focusing on something that is very difficult to very easy, so that you have ample amount of time, and revisions and revisiting what you have done is very important. Now, when Mercury is in the sign of Leo, Mercury is going to go very close to Sun once again, and from 31st of August till 7th of September, until the lunar eclipse, Mercury is going to become very strong in Magha Nakshatra. So it is very good for people who want to start new venture. If you want to get away from your parents' father's business and you want to start something of your own, this can give you an opportunity, but you should discuss with your parents. You should have a proper project plan. Now, with this Mercury having the aspect of Rahu on it, because Rahu is in Aquarius, technological growth is very much possible. For people who want to travel to a different city for career related purpose, you will see that happening. And overall, this Mercury is good, but this can be a little overwhelming. I will repeat that once again. It can be a little overwhelming because of the presence of Sun and Ketu. And in this case, praying to Bhagwan Ganpati is a very good remedy. Taurus. Now, in case of Taurus as an ascendant, Mercury rules your 2nd house and 5th house. Now, if you see, when Budh, which is the Lord of Dhanabhav and the Lord of the 5th house, is going in the 4th house, and this is the time when you will feel that your family point of view does not match with your own learning, your own education, and it might make you feel that you want to move away from your own home, you want to move away from your own house, hometown, to a different country, city. So it's a very relative decision. Few people might like it, few people might not like it. Some people may see their work from home ending and work from office is beginning. This may disappoint you. It's neither good nor bad. Technically, with the placement, it's a good transit because 2nd Lord is in the 4th house. It gives you earning by selling a property. you may see that some of the inheritance related problems, especially related to property, real estate, is going to go away, and that is going to create ease of situation, and maybe you will sell off that and cut down your loans. This will make your life more productive, more easy. This is also a good time to declutter, because the more easy your house is, the less the confusion will be. With Mercury, Sun and Ketu in the 4th house, this is going to be a time where you will have to have a little laid back approach, and investment or renovation in your house is possible, especially Vastu related pujan can be done during this time to correct your home environment. And overall, I will say with Mercury, you can expect positive energy by praying to Ganpati Bappa, by chanting Ganesh Atharva Shirsh every day, or taking a sankalp of next 40 days to chant Om Gam Ganpate Namah. Gemini. In case of Gemini, Mercury rules your 1st house and 4th house, and this Mercury goes in the 3rd house of communication. But because this time Sun and Ketu is present, this may create some gap in your communication. This can create some misunderstanding just because of one eclipse happening on 7th of September. With Mercury crossing the Gandanta of Cancer and Leo, moving into the fire zodiac sign, you may want to speak, but you will see a higher authority present right in front of you, and you won't be able to vent things out. Because when you do, Ketu's presence may create a very long-lasting impact. It can hit the person's psyche, and unnecessary words or miscommunication can create a lot of problems in your life. This can create problems with your siblings also. So I know that Sun is in its own zodiac sign and Mercury is there, Buddhaditya Yoga is happening. But with Mercury, Sun and Ketu coming together, this is the time to bring that consciousness and the light of the divine within, and you focus on the inner soul and inner self. 3rd house is the house of action. It is the house of courage. So it will make you face your own fears. You may imagine few problems in your life. It may be an assumption of problem, and you would want to create a defense around it. Be careful. Mercury is 4th lord. So 4th lord is 12 places away, which may make you a little uncomfortable. You may have to take certain decisions or travel to a place where you don't want to travel, or decisions that you don't want to take. But eventually, the Sun sign, the Leo zodiac sign, is not a bad zodiac sign for Buddha. It's just that it can be a little, Mercury can get a little heated up, which means it would force you to transform the way you communicate and focus on more written communication rather than verbal communication. One remedy will be to pray to Bhagwan Ganesh by chanting Om Gam Ganpate Namah. For Cancer ascendant, Buddha rules your 12th house, 3rd house. It rules travel, some short distance travel, some international travel. With Mercury going in the 2nd house, this may increase your travel expenses. This may increase your medical expenses. Mercury, Sun and Ketu coming in the 2nd house can be a little difficult for your finances. It may just mean that you have to spend money when you don't want to. It's not that you will spend a whole lot of money and it will create a bankruptcy, but Ketu can create a hole from where the money can leak. In fact, Mercury presence can regulate the expense, but it can't stop. It also shows that it can give you revenue coming from foreign. And in some cases, people who are involved in logistics, IT and telecommunication may see a sudden stopping of income or a job loss in some cases. So be very careful, especially if Mercury is connected to your 10th house and if Mercury is afflicted. So this is something that is that you have to observe, that you have to see. With 2nd house, it impacts your throat, it impacts your family, it impacts your values, and it may push you to take certain decisions that are against your own values, or you may end up saying few things or using certain language that you never do in usual. This may push you to take a different value system altogether. It's like the pravaha or the dhara or the flow of thought process completely shift, and you start thinking radically different. Imagine like this, that somebody who always wanted to start his own company now wants to do a job. radically different. Both will give you the money, but one was to have self-reliance, and now you want, basically the priorities changes. So this is the transit where your priorities may change, but you should not be afraid of it. If a change is needed, you should bring that change immediately. Leo. In case of Leo, Mercury moves in your first house, your second lord goes in the first, your 11th lord goes in the first. So the entire financial energies accumulate in the first house. Your first lord is in first house, Ketu is in first house. So it means that you may focus more on what people have to say, and you would want to change your maybe lifestyle, maybe the way you look, maybe the way you eat. Your decisions can be changed on the basis of the feedback that people give you, and you will assume that it is your own decision. Now, this may have a spiritual impact also. And if your connection, if people around you are not good, this can create what you say in Hindi as Atishayokti Purna Prashansa. That means someone exaggerating the quality and showing that you are the best, and you can just flow in that and you take decisions thinking that you are the best. Be very careful, because Mercury means your consciousness. This can create scalp or hair loss related problems in many people. So if you are facing that, treat with that very carefully. Ego can get hit during this time. And when ego is getting hit during this time, what you have to do is you will have to pray to Bhagwan Ganapati. See, this is the perfect time to start Ganesh Atharvashirsh as the pujan, and this is going to change you completely. Well, this is like self-investment, money coming your way, family supporting you, people supporting you. But to what extent you are listening and whose suggestions you are listening is going to matter the most, because Rahu is in the 7th house and it will influence you. With Mars placed in the 2nd and Jupiter in the 11th, it is hopeful that you will take right financial decisions. For Virgo, Mercury rules your first house, Buddha goes in the 12th house, sits with Mercury and Ketu. This is good for people who are abroad or who want to travel abroad. It's good for people who are neurosurgeons, who are connected with eyewear, or if you are an eye surgeon or a doctor. But in general, 12th house presence for Mercury, Ketu and Sun is mokshakari. This brings your attention towards leaving and moving away from a certain pattern of life. It is a very good time to break away from any fixed unnecessary prarabdha. So doing a puja of Bhagwan Mahavishnu, chanting Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, with Mars in the first house, taking matters in your own hand by decluttering your life, removing the toxins, removing the unnecessary, is the theme of this Mercury transit. And because your 10th lord is in the 12th house, it will take your action towards decluttering. It will force you. For people who are in their own career, who are in the peak of their career, this can be the time to, sometimes you have to let go of a lot of things. Office politics, anger management should be done, because office politics can irritate you. Over the top responsibility can overwhelm you, and you may end up having working weekends in some cases. These are some examples which can frustrate you over a period of time. What you have to do is manage this by effective communication and doing what you can, and politely respecting your limits, and then also communicating what your limits are. Mercury, Ketu and Sun in the 12th often focuses on spiritual growth, and you must focus on that. It shows internalization of thought, and whatever dreams comes during this time is of great importance. So if you remember your dream, you should write it down. So sleep with a pen and paper, and whenever you wake up and if you have a dream, write it down, because that dream may have a meaning or a message for you. For Libra, this is going to be the Mercury transit in your 11th house. Your 12th lord is 12 places away. And when your 12th lord is 12 places away, this simply means that your losses are going to convert into gains. Buddha is also your 9th lord, and with 9th lord going in the 11th house, with the 11th lord, this can give you exceptional gains, and therefore this is a transit that suits your career, that gives you a change of income, and therefore is very much profitable. Just ensure that whatever profits you are receiving during this time, whatever gains you are doing, you will have to reinvest it. Where you are reinvesting? Are you focusing on gambling? Do you want quick gain? That you will have to see. From foreign income, from export and import of IT, communication services, if you want projects related to that, well, it's a good time for you. Anyone working in banking sector, anyone working in IT and telecommunication sector will see positive events happening in their life. But remember, Ketu means moksha. It means that you are using your intellect. Say you have given an interview, now forget about it. If you keep on thinking about it, you are going to push it, you are going to delay it. Focus on productivity, focus on technology, and then try to see if you can bring more technological stack in your own company, or you can upskill yourself. You may have to, move away from the usual path to move in a very different role or a different dimension for this Mercury to give you something good. But overall, it's a good transit. Scorpio. Now, in case of Scorpio, Mercury moves in your 10th house. It rules your 8th house and it rules your 11th house. This shows transformation in career. This also shows that there can be certain communication with your supervisor. There can be certain communication with your bosses. And that can irritate you, that can trouble your life, that can put you into a situation where you are little worried about your career. This can create a little bit of insecurity just because Ketu is present. You want something, you want to discuss about your promotion, you go and you talk, your words can be misinterpreted. There can be a damage to your image. Now there is Sun, Surya to save, but you need to pray to Bhagwan Ganpati, the Vignaharata, to remove the obstacles from your life. Chanting Ganesh Atharva Shirsha will be very good for your career. It may be a time where you start a new venture and move to a very different dimension in your career. Sagittarius. In case of Sagittarius, the Mercury transit will happen in your 9th house, and Mercury is very important because it rules your 10th house, it rules your 7th house, it rules your career, it rules your business, and when it goes in the 9th house, it shows one of the bigger transformation, one of the biggest transformation in your career. It shows that you might change your office, you might change the corporate lifestyle, it might change the way you operate in your business, and this is going to take you to a different place altogether. It's a very positive transit for you. This also shows that if you want to diversify, relocate, if you want to purchase a commercial property, this can be a good time. But do not forget that there is a Ketu present in the 9th house, and there is a Sun and Ketu conjunction that is happening. And very soon there will be a cluster of Sun, Ketu and Mercury. So it is best that you visit a Ganpati temple and pray to Bhagwan Ganesh by chanting Om Gam Ganpate Namah. This can also change the way you see marriage in your life. This is also going to change the equations of career. And career and marriage both have to be dealt carefully, and you should not mix both of them. Overall, it's a very positive time. Ketu also represents Dhwaja or flag, and it can be a flag of victory, a flag of accomplishment. So you will really accomplish something, and any steps that you take can actually take you closer to your goal, and you will be able to fulfill your desire. So it's a very positive transit, but you will have to be very innovative and think out of the box because Rahu is in the 3rd house. Capricorn. In case of Capricorn, the Mercury transit will happen in your 8th house of transformation, but this Mercury will connect itself with Sun and Ketu. This shows that you might have to claim certain insurance. This shows that the investment that you do at this point of time may make you rethink and create a different plan. Say you made an investment in a property, but now your plan in your life changes in such a way that, say you buy a flat in Calcutta, but your job now has a demand that you have to move to Bangalore. So the very house that you tried or thought to buy for yourself may be used as a rental income. See, this is the change in investment. So you have to have that fluidity, that flexibility in your life when you're dealing with money. Also, this can create certain challenges with the health of father-in-law. With Mercury, Sun and Ketu in the Ashtama Bhava and with the 8th house energies connected with spiritual transformation, this is a very good time for spiritual growth or performing Grah Shanti Havan related to Sun and Ketu. If you have Sun and Ketu in your birth chart, this Mercury transit in the Simha Rashi is a perfect time for Pitra Shanti. Also, praying to Bhagwan Ganesh, which is true for Sun, Ketu, Mercury, by chanting Ganpati Stotram or Ganesh Kavach is a good remedy. Aquarius. In case of Aquarius, the Mercury is moving in the 7th house. This is going to give you new opportunities in business. This is going to give you diversification opportunities in your business, in your portfolio, in your investment, or even in your career. So for you, Aquarius, this is going to be an opportunity where you will also see success of your spouse. Buddha is your 8th lord and it goes in the 7th house. It creates transformation in marriage. It creates transformation in business. And Mercury is also your 5th lord. So with Mercury coming in the 7th house, you see that you will be more inclined towards fulfilling your needs, fulfilling your demands. Your wish will be fulfilled during this time. But this can also take you a little away from what people have to say. So you will do things what you want, but you will not bother what the world has to say. Sometimes these bold decisions can be fruitful to you. These bold decisions can give you a lot of success. But sometimes this can be a little troublesome. This can make you take certain decisions which are not well informed. Remember, Ketu on one side is a flag, but it is also a scissor. It gives you success, but it also cuts the cord away from, and it cuts the tie. So there can be separation, there can be anxiety also in certain cases. Totally depend on what your horoscope's Mercury's placement talks. If your Mercury is positive, this can give you success. If your Mercury is afflicted or very negative, then this can give you a little bit of separation. This can give you a little bit of, this can create a little gap in relationship. So instead of diversification, you are more worried. And this is the negative side of Mercury transit, because Mercury is not transiting alone. It is transiting in a fiery Leo zodiac sign where Ketu is placed. The only thing I will tell you is that if you visit a Ganesha temple, if you listen to Ganpati Stotram, if you create a positive and holistic atmosphere, you will be in a positive mindset to take good decisions. Otherwise, it can make you believe that what you are taking, decisions that you are taking is right, but you may end up ignoring certain facts and the decision might not be well informed. So there is the confusion, and to end the confusion, you need as much data as possible. For Pisces, Mercury transit is in the 6th house. 6th house Mercury is a good transit because naturally Mercury rules Virgo, which is your 7th house. Now, in this case, what you have to see is that you will have to, this is basically a time where your loans and debt can be cancelled, it can be repaid. You will be free from the negative prarabdha and you will feel good about everything in your life. Buddha is also your career lord, it's your 10th lord. And therefore, in this case, your career, your employment is going to become very interesting. You will see, you will get new opportunities, new job, your role and responsibilities will change. Just that it can also be that if you are into executive leadership, you may get over the top load. You may have to work for 2 people, like one person working for 2-person job, 2 persons responsibilities given on you. And in certain cases, if you are above 50 and you are in the executive leadership, in some cases you may feel the heat of the market, of the global economy. In all these cases, a seva to students, bringing Ganpati in your home, giving service to people who are not educated, such as teaching young children, helping them get the education, distributing books are some of the remedies which you should do. But for Pisces, career transformation is on the way. I am on Patreon, and Patreon is a platform where I will upload interesting videos where you can learn astrology. Connect with me on Patreon and we will grow, and I will give you much more deep insights on Vedic astrology, and lot more secrets will be shared there.